welcome back to the UK Crypto Podcast. I'm Paula and as always joined by Matty. Today we've got a really special episode because we are joined by our very first guest. We're joined by Jamie Nuttall and he is a UK award-winning crypto tax accountant. He specialises specifically in UK crypto tax. He works with real investors every single day and understands this space from inside out. What makes him different is he's not looking from crypto from outside, he's one of us. In this episode, we're not jumping straight into HMRC rules, we're gonna get to know the man better. His journey, how he ended up here, and his honest views about the UK crypto scene. So, let's get into it.
Quick thank you to today's sponsor, which is Tangent. Tangent is one of the most simplest and secure crypto wallets on the market. No seed phrases, just tap and use security. You can get 10% off by using the link that's in the description, or you can head over to tangent.com and in the promo code section, enter the word Paula. That will get you 10% off. Or if you want the deal preloaded, just use the link in the description. Welcome. Really pleased to have you on. You're our very first guest here on the UK Crypto Podcast. We selected you and you selected us, and I'm just glad that you're here.
It is genuinely my pleasure, guys. I know it's been a bit of a journey, but we've done so much together.
I know, it's been awesome. It's been awesome so far, and I can't wait to share with the audience more about you and your story and how you got here, because let's be honest, being an accountant is one thing, being a crypto tax accountant is quite niche, isn't it?
Yeah, niche is one way to put it, and the way I see it, accountancy isn't exactly sexy. However, sprinkle a little bit of crypto on there, and all of a sudden, it's still okay, I guess.
So how did it come to crypto? What was your journey? Why crypto?
Yeah.
So the honest answer is I was an exceptionally average tax manager for a decent firm. That's the truth.
I love it.
And I did a good job. I specialized in capital gains tax, rental properties, those emigrating and immigrating to and from the UK, as well as non-doms. That was sort of my bag, if you like. And I managed to get my first ever lead that came through for me specifically. So I was about to land my first client.
Exciting times.
Really exciting.
Yeah.
You know, this is the only way to make partner, really, is if you bring on clients.
Right.
So this guy came to me and he said, I've got a problem. Okay. He says, I think I've got to pay capital gains tax. I was like, perfect. I'm going to land this. It's going to be great.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, we're fine. I go, okay. So what is the problem? He goes, I've sold some Ethereum. This is in 2018. Okay. I sold some Ethereum. And I went, the fuck's Ethereum? I'd never heard of this at this point. I'm like, what are you on about? He was like, you know Bitcoin? I went, oh yeah, kinda. He went, it's another coin. I was like, what like pound coins? Like, I don't understand what you are saying here.
Like another language.
Yeah, completely. So I had to make the decision of, do I go, you know what? Sorry, mate, this is beyond me.
Yeah.
Or do I go, this could be my first client? So I obviously decided to take that second path and try and figure out what it was, how to deal with it, apply it appropriately, and kind of go from there.
Yeah.
And that was my first ever sort of introduction to the crypto space properly, if you like. I knew about Bitcoin before.
Yeah, you'd heard of it, yeah.
Yeah, and this guy, till today, last time I spoke to him was yesterday, by the way. He's still a client.
Oh, wow,
Awesome.
That's cool.
Still a client. And the funny part about all this is, this happened because I worked at McDonald's many, many years before that.
I really
Go
tell
on,
us that
I wanna know about
story,
this.
yeah.
So
He's
in a
loving
nutshell,
Sorry, go on.
not a sponsor. So in a nutshell,
I'd take it though.
What if
If McDonald's are watching, I'll take it. Go on, carry on, mate.
in a nutshell, I worked there, and like day 2 or something, I met this guy. We were washing up. I was like, all right. He was like, all right. He looked at me and went, I'm Jamie. I went, I'm Jamie. So we're immediately best friends. I'm still really good friends with him. One of my closest and dearest friends. And fast forward so many years later, when I'm an accountant, we're still in touch. This guy knew the other guy.
Yeah.
He said, I need an accountant. Do you know anybody? Put it on
I do.
like Facebook or something.
Yeah.
And this other Jamie commented on it saying, I know a guy, and tagged me in it.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah,
Not
so-
what you know sometimes.
No, literally,
Yeah.
it's who you know. And
Yeah.
then the rest just went absolutely
So are
terrible.
you telling me, had you have not worked in McDonald's, you would have made friends with Jamie 1 or Jamie 2?
He's Jamie 1, definitely.
He's Jamie 1. And then Jamie 1 wouldn't have recommended you the guy. So if you hadn't worked at McDonald's, you wouldn't have been into crypto.
Probably.
Wow.
That's mental.
I love how our life takes us down these paths sometimes. It feels so random, but I'm not sure it is. For the skeptical side of me.
Series of just weird events
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
coincidences that
Sliding
led
doors.
us.
I love life
wouldn't know
like that.
you guys had I not applied for McDonald's and got the job.
Oh, that's weird. Had you not worked at McDonald's,
Yep.
we wouldn't have never talked about crypto,
Nope.
and we would never have done any live streams or a podcast together.
And
No.
I would still be an exceptionally average tax manager, probably.
Mental.
Wow.
That's wild. I like that. That's really good.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
that literally was your first exposure to crypto. There was nothing before that at all.
Not really. Like, people are talking about crypto or Bitcoin specifically. I know my younger brother at the time was like, "Oh, we should buy Bitcoin. Like, we should just buy as much as possible." And I was like,
Brother sounds smart. I'm going to be honest. Your brother sounds really smart.
spoiler, he never bought any.
Is he gutted?
He is gutted. He is
Sad.
gutted.
He's very sad.
But apart from that, really, I never looked into it. I was too busy trying to, deal with my job and everything else.
Yeah.
I never thought, I don't think anyone, especially back then, thought, oh, it's going to be a tax issue there. No one really thought about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my first point where I went, you know what, I need to look into this. And then, yeah.
And interesting for me that guy that approached you realised that he'd got this investment and that it was going to be something he needed
Taxable.
to pay tax on, because many people even now don't want to join those dots. And the fact that he was doing that back in 2018, well, that was probably quite early.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's a very intelligent guy, really lovely guy as well. And the foresight there is incredible.
Yeah.
It's just by pure chance I happen to be the guy. Then again, he could have gone to anyone else and they might have said, no, go away. Or they might have said the same thing as me, try to figure out. Who
Yeah.
knows? But yeah, it was odd.
Because I think that within the tax accountancy space, even if you went to most accountants now, they wouldn't be able to give you very good advice around crypto. So what you do is very niche. And what point did you realise it was so niche and that you could probably make a really good career out of this?
So one of the things I did after speaking to him was talk to HMRC directly.
Yeah.
Called them up, said, look, this is the problem I've got. How do I deal with this? And they went, what? Like they just completely clueless. I did a little bit of research and found out obviously that it's probably going to be capital gains tax.
Yeah.
Something needs to happen here, but nobody knew. And it was that point I went, right, something needs to happen here. Although I do specialize, lots of people specialize in what I specialized in anyway.
Yeah.
I needed something that was a little bit more oomph behind it, a little bit more niche.
Yeah.
And it was never going to be the only thing I did. It was always going to be that added on, oh, by the way, I do this.
Yeah.
And that kind of spiraled in itself, But yeah, from speaking to HMRC and then sort of my peers, my bosses, current and past bosses, my previous mentors, nobody knew anything about it whatsoever.
But did it feel to those guys like, yes, you had this client, but he wasn't going to be big enough for you to base your whole career on that? Because I should imagine back in 2018, if HMRC weren't giving you any decent advice, then they probably were maybe dismissive of it.
Yeah, exactly that. There was a lot of conversations around, Jamie, you're spending too much time looking into this. Are you charging the client? Is it worthwhile? Is this knowledge necessary? And I'm having a back and forth with them. And understandably, they're very skeptical.
Yeah.
So I spent most of my own time looking into this. And one of the people I followed online, if you don't mind me mentioning them, is Coin Bureau.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back in the day. And my journey to work was 45 minutes. So I would spend every morning listening to him to learn about crypto as a general thing.
Yeah.
And
On YouTube?
listening on YouTube or something like that. And that's every day there and back for about a year. That's a lot of knowledge.
That's a lot of hours, yeah.
It's a lot of hours. And then there's everything at the weekend as well. I'm trying to figure stuff out. And that helped bridge the gap between understanding crypto, understanding tax, and kind of mushing them together and trying to figure something out. Because there was guidance. It was just a bit loose to the point where it was around airdrops actually. I called up HMRC about same client, another issue. And they said, oh, we think it's an airdrop. Like looking back now, it absolutely was not, And luckily for me, the guy, my client, who said it just doesn't quite fit that, Jamie.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite work. So literally nobody knew. And the extra knowledge was needed.
So you've put the extra work in there, haven't you, where potentially other accountants hadn't. But why did you bother? So you've got 99 out of 100, probably more than that, probably 999 out of 1,000 aren't bothering to look into crypto the way you did. But why did you do it? What was the driver? There must have been something that made you think, actually, I need to learn this. And it can't just have been for your mate's mate. It can't just have been that. What was it? Because other accountants aren't doing that. So I have 2 accountants for 2 different things. Neither of them know anything about crypto, right? So my experience with accountants is none of them know anything about crypto, right? Does that make sense? Now, obviously, I use you now for my crypto element of my taxes. I don't mind sharing that on here. But most accountants don't. So what was it that made you go, I need to learn about this? I'm going to dedicate every drive I'm going on to go and upskill my knowledge. You also mentioned you do it on the weekends as well.
Yeah.
Well, most other accountants aren't. They're probably learning about other things. Why? What was it?
So there's 2 parts really. One part is the fear of failure, you know?
Okay.
I was doing fine in my career. It's not a problem. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't terrible. I was doing fine. Mm-hmm. And I knew I needed something to get the leg up. I knew there was something that needed to
give you the point of difference.
Yeah, because I was doing this for a few years now and I hadn't landed a single client on my own, which is quite competitive out there.
Yeah.
So that was the one factor as to where I didn't want to be. But why crypto specifically? I fell in love with smart contracts.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And it's obviously Ethereum was my actual first, delve into the crypto space. And one of the things I saw very quickly on, which I think you mentioned in one of your other podcasts, because I do listen, is that specifically with mortgages, the blockchain technology could speed up this process.
Oh, massively. Yeah, it's perfect for it.
Yeah.
It is perfect because it is a series of yes, no, algorithmic type things to link everything that creates an average of 18 months to sell and buy a house.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
All of that can be sped up, just as an example.
Yeah.
And I spotted that very early on. Went, hold on, I'm really interested and invested in this for the future because if I have a goal to be a partner of a decent firm or create my own, for example, I need to be ahead of the game, or at least I need to be competing. So that was the first thing. The second thing was around live, how do you say this? Live confirmations. So let's say you've got a builder, for example, that comes to your house and says, oh, I'm going to do this for you. And you go, excellent. Can I check your insurance? How would you check their insurance?
Oh, it's a great question.
Yeah, you have to ask them to see a certificate, a picture of,
See a certificate.
Yeah.
They could fake it, for one.
Yeah.
They could genuinely have the insurance and then cancel it.
Yeah.
They still have the certificate.
Yeah.
If we use blockchain technology, for example, you can go online and check it and it will say, yes, this is live at any given moment.
Yeah.
So I think verifying anything in a live setting to the moment would be hugely beneficial to use the blockchain technology.
And I think you're right. This is where the world's going. I think most people, when they think about crypto, they think about Bitcoin, XRP,
buying
Solana,
coins,
making money. But actually, there's that level in the background to do with smart contracts and to do with blockchain technology where Paula's made lots of content on this, probably more than me, to be fair, to say that she believes that most people's integration into crypto, they won't even know.
100%.
They won't know. It'll just happen in the background with things they're already doing.
Yeah.
And then if we just run with that example you've used, at some point there may well be a website that you can go to check if that person's got insurance. Now the background is it's checking the blockchain.
Yeah.
But they won't know.
Nope.
No.
So you're right. It'll be integrated into their life. And
Absolutely.
I've seen a few of your videos that you've said that, and I thought, she's right. She's
I think it is going that way. But for you, was there kind of like, was there a point where it tipped? You got one client that was all about crypto, but I'm guessing that wasn't your day to day. When did that kind of shift?
So it took a few years, really. And I was lucky enough to be welcomed by, do you know the Bored Ape Yacht Club?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that because of you, though.
You don't know the Bored Ape Yacht Club. So they are one of the
I
most...
don't have a yacht.
one of the most prolific and notorious, whatever you want to call it, well-known brands in Web3 for NFT specifically. And the story started with the same client, by the way, who calls me up one day and I'm on my drive home. This is 2021. And he goes, Jamie, I'm going to buy some NFTs. Do you want some? And I say, the fuck's an NFT? What is going on? You keep calling me, Jamie this. I don't know what you're on about. So he explains it's a non-fungible token. I go, okay, so it's a picture. He went, well, it's a membership. Anyway, he goes, I got 5 in my basket. Would you like one? And I go, sure, why not? He goes, excellent. So it's $250. And before we could finish his sentence, I went, no, like I'm not spending that much money on a picture. What are you on about?
A digital picture, yeah.
Digital picture. He goes, yeah, but I was like, look, $125 per photo is. He went, no, $250 each. I went, yeah, no, I'm good. Now, for any viewers that know about this, like these sold for millions in the future, like, and so I said no. Biggest regret in crypto, like biggest, and I've got a lot.
Not bigger than when your brother said buy loads of Bitcoin now and you didn't.
Probably bigger, yeah, because I wouldn't have been able to afford as much Bitcoin at the time.
Yeah.
But so this became a huge thing. I learned about it, and because there was at least, and there still is to some degree, a decent UK community. He told them about me. They invited me in, even though I didn't have the NFT. And now I've got some NFTs. Finally,
you're into the ape stuff, aren't you? Is it apes?
That's what it is. The Bored Apes Yacht Club.
Is that what the yacht club is?
That's the yacht club.
Do you know about this? So we're entering deep geeky territory here, Paula.
So
okay, we're entering a whole subculture. Yeah. It is Geeksville, right? Now, I can say that because at heart, I am a geek.
Massive geek.
I'm a geek that'll put you in a headlock, though, right? That's the way I like to look at it. Look,
that's my mutant.
So, yeah, it's called Mutant Apes, right?
Okay.
It's super geeky, but I get it. It's a subculture. And if you've ever been into a subculture in anything, whether it's music or art or whatever it is, then you'll understand it. It's just their little world and the little world they've ran with, and they've made a load of cash along the way.
Awesome.
So I kind of respect it.
Yeah.
It's not my thing, because I don't know if you know this. Do you know I don't have any NFTs? I don't have a single one. Would you like to show me how to buy one?
I would love to.
We'll do that one day.
Yeah.
We'll do that together.
It's not difficult. But so they got me to this community, and I helped them, a lot of them out. And that's when it started to gain momentum.
Yeah.
So I'm posting on Facebook.
So you're bringing clients.
So I'm bringing in clients.
Awesome.
From the yacht club?
From the yacht club.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. But also because of that, I'm building confidence. I'm posting elsewhere, and people are starting to sign up. Got to the point where the partner in charge of my sort of tax affairs with my client said, Jamie, this is great. I can't sign this off. I don't understand what's going on.
Right.
So me being a young me went, I've got a solution for you. What's the solution, Jamie? Make me partner.
And I'll sign it off.
It was a straight up no. It was that simple. Straight up no.
Yeah.
I was mid-20s-ish. Straight up no. I was like, okay, fine. So what do we do? And they went, well, I can't sign it off. I don't understand it. We can't take him on. Yeah, it was that simple.
No, that's sad. Because you've worked really hard.
Yeah, really bad, because it became a lot more complicated, where even with my explanations, they didn't quite get it.
Yeah.
Where is your old boss buried then?
Honestly, all love for all my ex-bosses.
I'm only joking.
It was fair.
That sounds stressful, though. No, all joking aside, I'm a bit of banter there, but you've put a lot of work into that. You've seen something you wanted to run with. You've upskilled your knowledge. You've networked.
Found a market.
You've networked to get yourself in front of clients. They've then wanting to use you, and your boss has said no. Fuming.
So I'm learning from other people as well, from peers, and trying to combine things. And one of the people I was learning from is the person who ends up employing me later on to say, yes, absolutely, we can deal with it because we're dealing with this. And
they could sign it off.
And they could sign it off.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So yeah, it was very, as you said, very stressful, very, I felt like I had like a big golden goose egg.
Yeah.
Well, you're looking at the future,
yeah.
and they were like cutting you off.
Yeah, and I understand, because you can't really sign anything off if you don't get it.
Yeah.
Like imagine if you've got a rental property and your accountant goes, "What's a mortgage?"
Yeah.
Oh,
because it sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that's the same setting with crypto. When they go, "What's an NFT?"
Yeah.
How can you sign off the
You don't know what it is.
when you have no idea what it is?
So did you have to make that transition between where you were to somewhere else quite quickly?
If you've
got clients that are ready to submit their taxes?
So it was actually, I went to somewhere else where they said, look, we kind of get what you said. We're comfortable with signing it off to a certain degree. So I went there first.
Yeah.
And it was a smaller firm, and then it started to really snowball. Like I'm talking like outside of the yacht club, all sorts of Web3 degens to multi-millionaires, all sorts. And I'm like, now what? I want a slice of the pie type thing.
Yeah.
We couldn't quite negotiate what we wanted, so that's when it was after that point when I made the jump, because it became a lot more serious.
Sorry, jump to what or where?
So that was when I made the jump to Minor, which is where I'm now a director of.
Yeah, got you. Okay, good.
And able to sign everything off.
and able to sign everything off.
Amazing.
Okay.
And did all your clients kind of go through that journey with you?
Yeah.
Were they aware of the struggles that you were having within the company? Yeah, that must have been quite difficult because you've come to them and they've come to you in the hope that we can get this through.
I should imagine though, knowing crypto the way it is, and everybody, especially in UK crypto, is very aware that outside of our circles to do with anything, nobody understands it. So actually, that had been quite an easy conversation to have because nobody understands anything about crypto unless you're into crypto. So accountancy would have been the same, and the fact that he was probably finding a solution would have been good. So what was their reaction? Were they like going, oh my God, frustrated, or were they going, okay, you sorted, Jamie, let me know when you sorted?
Yeah, surprisingly, no one was particularly frustrated outside of, okay, we just got to sign some new documents and all that. But most of them were very supportive. And I think from memory, apart from those that no longer need me because they don't need anything, they're out crypto, I think I've got every single one of them still till today.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's
and
awesome.
Like they've supported me through the journey, and I think it's no secret I give them as better deal as I humanly can. You know, some of them I even keep the original deal down because of that. Thank you for supporting me early doors.
Because let's face it, if those guys hadn't stayed with you, then your journey wouldn't be where it is now. And we talk about niche, but there are not many UK crypto tax accountants. You're in a really small amount. So when we talk about all these changes that are happening in the UK in the crypto space and the tax reporting space, there's not many options of people to come and seek advice from.
Yeah, and even till today, it's 2026 right now, you know, there's not many. I can probably name about 7 that I fully trust personally. And if a lead comes to me and mentions any of those names, I'll be like, cool, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
It's completely your choice.
Yeah.
There's a few that are very dangerous because these are the ones that go, we know what we're doing, we can help you, but they can't because they don't know what they don't know.
Yeah.
And then the better ones are the ones that go, right, we do know what we don't know and we have limitations as to what we can help with.
Yeah.
And I do work with a lot of those where I go, look, this case is very straightforward. I'm going to be charging too much for it. Do you want that?
Yeah.
Or vice versa, where they go, this is a bit too much for me, Jamie, can you take over? Either way, we're doing right by the client. And so that's perfectly fine.
Well, I'll tell you what I think, and I'm going to give my opinion on this. I'll tell you what I think makes you different to the others, and that probably includes the others that are into the crypto as well, but it's certainly different to people that are just touching on crypto a little bit. You are everywhere, and I mean everywhere. You are obviously you're on YouTube, you're on X, you're at all the conferences. So I was having a chat with with our moderators. And we were talking about potential conferences that we could go to. And somebody had highlighted that we were looking at dates when some stuff fitted. And they were like, yeah, that's a date. What's about? There's something in Manchester. We go onto the website. You're speaking. Like, I'd been talking to you 2 hours previously. I'm like, it was like literally that weekend as well. I'm like, what on earth? Like, you are literally everywhere. So I think you're putting the work in. You're putting the legwork in. To the point now that I
traveled 4 hours to be here, you know?
I know, yeah. What time did your alarm go off, mate?
5:45.
Oh.
It's not nice, is it? It's not nice. So yeah, I think you're reaping what you sow. I think your transition over to TikTok has been a smart move, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Because
especially with the timing, with the changes in.
Yeah. We're getting to the point now where my audience now, whenever I mention tax, crypto tax, they will write Jamie in the thing. So this is good. So we're teaching people your name, and I think you're doing the legwork. So I think you're positioning yourself incredibly well, because when crypto does blow up hugely, well, those that are front running are going to reap, but there'll be others that follow you. They'll come behind. But if you're already up there in the higher echelons, I think you're going to really reap the benefits to this. So I just wanted to say fair play, because I think you're smashing it, mate. I think you're right.
I appreciate that, because it is a slog. It really is. Yeah. And I think you guys with the Wolfpack especially, they know if they tag me, or they can DM me in some cases, of course, I will reply.
Yeah.
If they're replying to my TikToks or my X posts, I will reply to them. And none of it can be advice, because they're not paying me in a lot of cases. Yeah. But it's pointing people in the right direction, and genuinely, I'm speculating to accumulate later. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not doing this because I love everybody. You know?
I get it. I hear you.
I want to help.
Yeah. But this is your networking, right?
Yeah,
this is this sensible business networking. I think there will other people, I think, potentially will copy your model. I think at some point we're going to get a crypto tax accountant that is going to land on social media with a kaboom, because they're going to see it and go, I wonder if I could do that better. And that's natural. That's normal. That kind of competition's okay.
Yeah.
And I think somebody else will spot it, look at it and go, how do I land on social media to up the ante even more? And maybe one day you'll have to look at yourself and go, okay, I've got to redress because there's a new kid on the block and they've turned up with a studio. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's going to happen one day.
Yeah, I've seen a few advertisements from sort of bigger accountancy firms that I know are dealing with crypto, looking for someone to, I think it was something like, they're looking for us an online degen with who's comfortable in front of the camera, and it's like a marketing role. And I'm like, hold on, hold on a
I might have opened a door here.
Hold on a second.
Okay, so what has surprised you the most in your journey of working with crypto investors? What's been the one thing that you've gone, oh my God, I just was never expecting that?
Oh, what a question. Probably working with some relatively known people in the spaces.
Okay.
Where I've just gone, wait, hold on, you're that guy. And they're like, yeah. It's like, okay, cool, Jamie. Relax. Stop fangirling. So in a positive way, the most surprising thing is either that or the fact that genuinely 99.9% of my clients are really relaxed and chill.
Yeah.
Like I expected, because with normal accountancy and tax sort of work, you're gonna get those clients that are a bit more like garçon, come here type thing.
Yeah.
And there's so few of those in the space. I think because they're a little bit more appreciative because they've gone, there's no one here to help me. And by the time they found me, they go, oh, what a relief,
Yeah.
So that's also very surprising.
But do you feel like that might be because of this whole idea of how crypto started and it was decentralized and it was away from the normal rules and away from TradFi?
So some culture of people,
Do you think that now this is moving more into TradFi, that kind of dynamics is going to change?
You might get the traditional finance guys going, I'm into crypto, I've made 8 million next year.
Let's go see Jamie because
that'll be a different type of client for you, won't it? Where they're going to be going, who's the best person in crypto tax in the UK? They're going to go, Jamie, and you're going to get a completely different type of client land.
So that's already started to happen.
Okay.
And what am I allowed to say?
He'll edit it out. If you say anything you don't want, just tell him to edit it out. Go on.
So I'm very transparent with the way I work. So from the get-go, I'll say, look, this is what I expect. This is what I think you're expecting. These are the time frames, and it's always based on as long as we have the information. That's the main crux and issues I tend to get hold of. So by caveating all of that and knowing and doing so for the last few years with these new clients, I'm not intentionally, but I'm a little bit more like, hold on, I know that's how you want it, but this is how I work. And I'm happy to do with it in any way the client would like. But if you're a client or about to be a client and you say, Jamie, I would like it in this way, outside of how you do it, that's fine. But if I tell you, I go, look, Paula, that's fine, but it's going to cost you twice as much.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? And it's just by being open, honest, and completely transparent. And yes, that does mean, some of the clients go, you know what, it's just not for me. Fine.
Yeah.
I'd rather that than have a terrible relationship. So I think the important part is at the very beginning to be completely open from both sides. If you're holding something back from me, it's going to cause issues later.
Yeah.
Because the good thing about us and my team is we're good at what we do. The bad thing about my team is we're good at what we do. Yeah, so you can't hide anything even if you wanted to.
Well, it's blockchain, isn't it? You can't hide anything anyway. So absolutely.
So looking more of a UK side now, right? From where you sit inside the UK crypto system, how healthy do you think the UK crypto market is at the moment? Do you think we are heading in the right direction? Do you think we're being held back? Do you think we're on target? I just want to know, because I've got my opinions, and you might have picked up on some of my opinions from YouTube or whatever. But where do you feel? Are we on target? Are we good? Are we being held back? Are we restricted? Or are we flying? What are you thinking?
So I just want to carry out this by saying everything I'm talking about is my personal opinion, okay?
Yeah.
If I mention politics, it's not a hint or anything towards where I lie, but politics is part of it.
Yeah, okay.
Essentially, I miss Rishi Sunak, okay? I really do, because although there's some failures, when he was in sort of power, we had a narrative of UK being a crypto hub. It didn't happen, but at least
he was trying.
He was
definitely trying, yeah.
There were talks about CBDCs, Bitcoin, which has all disappeared completely of late. And again, I don't necessarily agree with that, but at least they're talking about it.
Yeah.
Right now, we're not really doing anything. And I know there is a balance between regulation and innovation.
Yeah.
Because they are almost two sides of the coin, really.
Yeah, completely agree.
Too much regulation stifles innovation. Too much innovation, you're going to need more regulation.
Yeah.
And in my mind, when you're talking about CeFi and DeFi, CeFi is more your regulation, and it's been tried and tested, and it's safer. DeFi, there needs to be a lot looser regulations so it allows innovation to happen. And then when, I don't know, some criteria is met, it moves towards a more regulated system. That, I think, can happen anywhere and needs to happen in the UK because we're so far behind.
Yeah.
Look at Europe with Mica.
Yeah.
We're so far behind now.
We are so far behind. I think Gemini recently announced that they're just not dealing with the UK. They're just leaving because of this and more other issues, shall I say. But we're seeing not only people not wanting to innovate within the UK, but people actually leaving the UK to continue innovation because they feel shackled, not just from a regulatory perspective, not just from a lack of innovation, not just from a lack of support, but tax as well on top of it.
It's too expensive.
So I can't remember his name because it's a complex name, but he's the founder of Aave. Okay, he said this week. By the way, just put some context into that. He believes that the UK has the potential to be a major player in world crypto. So much so, he's in the process of moving their head offices to London. He's just bought himself a £24 million mansion to live in, right? He's all
Committed, yeah.
Then he got rumours coming out of government about crypto. And like what's happening in America at the moment with the Clarity Act, with the stable coins and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's heard rumours coming from the Bank of England because when you're at that level of business, you've got people in your ear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He just took to the newspapers. He took to the newspapers and he said, I'm telling you now, if the UK go down this line, it's going to not just damage their promise of wanting to be a UK crypto hub. People will leave in their droves.
Yep.
Yeah.
People like me will already go. I'm not even fully here yet. I'm halfway here. And I'm already now thinking, where's my backup plan?
Yeah.
He said, but more devastating for the UK was all your talent you've got, they're gone.
Yeah.
They will go, they will leave, they will come and work for me or somebody else in another country that's more tax friendly and more regulation friendly for the companies like us to flourish.
Yeah.
So there'll be double reason. The company they want to work for is offshore.
Yep.
They're going to want to be offshore for their own personal tax. Yeah. It's a win-win for the people. You need to keep them inside the UK. And he basically sent a shot across the bowels of the Bank of England saying, short-sighted if you carry this through. Because they want to basically shut everybody off in the UK from doing the same thing, to make a yield on stable coins. If the Bank of England are way more powerful here than I think people realise. Like, they're really powerful. So if they pulled that off, he's saying, it's done, it's dead, everybody goes abroad. Which would be sad, really sad, really sad.
And that's exactly the sort of innovation versus regulation topic.
Yeah.
That's exactly it, because they're trying to regulate something that is still in its innovative phase, if you like, because when you're talking about staking and yields, that's DeFi.
Yeah.
So the more you try and regulate DeFi, the more centralized it becomes. And is it DeFi anymore? Do we have DeFi at that point? So I completely understand the problem and why they're leaving the country, and before they even get here, they're talking about it. I get it. I'm lucky to be in a position where I'm in the right rooms and conversations to not only hear about certain things like potential stablecoins regulations, for example, but to have a slight influence on that with my peers. You know, so we're all trying to do the best that we can, but there's always it is a series of events. It's a big jigsaw puzzle where every piece has to fit nicely, otherwise it just crumbles.
Yeah, and it was interesting that you mentioned politics, because we are in a situation where the Labour government are not seeming to be open to anything related to even talking about crypto. Yes, I know in the background we've got the stablecoin framework that has been announced and then has been open for discussion, and that's now closed. And I think that hopefully will give us some clear rules that are going to be defined, because actually a lot of crypto is scared by things not being clear. And if we've got clear rules, we can work with them. But it was interesting. We saw you last at Zebu, the last person on the list of speakers at Zebu. I know that you'd already jetted off to Las Vegas, but we watched Nigel Farage talk about actually how stifling the UK is for crypto. And it was really nice to be able to hear somebody in that kind of arena, with that kind of potential power, if he gets into the next role of running the country, and how that could effectively change. But we're not there yet. We're not anywhere near election time. So what do you see for crypto over the next couple of years in the UK?
Yeah, so a bit of background with all that. Like myself and a lot of others have been writing to MPs, and they're obliged to send us responses. And the effective message is, if you talk about crypto, let alone do something positive, you will win votes. And I don't care if you like it or not. Politics is now part of it.
Yeah, they're all going to play the game. They're going to want it. They're going to want the vote. They're going to want the crypto vote. Yeah, I agree.
So let's say you are completely against reform for whatever reason. You are completely against it, but you're into crypto. And Nigel Farage turns around and manages to implement, or you think he will at least implement, a lower tax rate, an easier tax system perhaps, incentives for people to actually build in the UK, amongst many other things, maybe even illegalize debanking. Are you more or less inclined to vote for him?
Yeah.
To the point where it might be the deciding factor. Because the younger generation, I feel as if like I'm an old man now.
Back in my day,
we didn't care about politics. But I feel like the new generation care even less at the moment.
Yeah.
So if anything sort of affects them and their back pockets, I think they'd be more inclined to, not just to vote, but to vote for that particular person.
Yeah.
So in terms of what's going to happen in the future, I genuinely have no idea. But I think we are at a critical point where if we are not dealing with this properly from a parliamentary perspective, we are going to be falling behind to the point where we might end up, from a crypto perspective, the equivalent to a third world country.
Do you think we're already there? Do you think the gap is too wide already?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't think. I think there is a gap,
Yeah.
and I think we are at a critical point where you know when you fall down the stairs, and like at one point it's like, okay, now you are definitely not going to save yourself.
You're gone. Yeah.
Yeah. We're at that point where it's not the bottom of the stairs, but if we fall
We're
again,
leaning. We're leaning.
if we continue to fall, that momentum it's going to take us to the bottom.
Yeah.
So we're not. The gap isn't that big, but I think we're at a critical point where surprisingly only MPs can really save us.
Wild,
So
hey?
I've got something to share, and I'm going to be very careful on purpose how I word this so I don't out anybody. But I have been contacted by somebody to sound me out about my political beliefs so they could see if I was friend or foe, knowing that crypto is going to be a hot topic moving forward for politics. So they wanted to see where my views might sit when it came to potentially saying who would be good or bad for the country moving forward. Now, if they've already sounded me out, you can damn sure they're sounding out other social media people.
I think. Yeah,
I'm going to be very careful what I'm saying. If you are watching this, don't worry, I ain't saying nothing. But yeah, I've been sounded out, and it was a positive chat. I was very honest in what I said. I think they were very honest in what I said, but they were definitely seeing how the land lay for future to talking about crypto and whether I would be potentially backing people publicly. Politics is something that I do talk about a lot on my channel. I think that's where it came to me. So I talk about American politics every single day because it affects crypto prices so much.
Yeah.
I talk more about UK regulation rather than UK politics. But just so you know, I believe that crypto is going to be a major, major thing on the next election. The fact they're already doing the rounds and just giving a little poke to see where people are sitting. They're probably making lists.
Good.
I think it's good. I said that to them as well.
Yeah.
Well, I said that as well. I said,
Yeah.
listen, this is important when it comes to different parties. I'm going to put it out there. I'd actually feel I fit in with any particular party 100%. I could probably find bits of that one I like, bits of that one I like. I'm a bit like a political nomad. Yeah.
But I think
but
a
the
lot of
fact
people
they're
do
even
feel like
thinking
that.
down the crypto line, but they're
Yeah.
already softly going, just out of interest, And I know why they're doing it. I get why they're doing it. And they're making lists, aren't they? Which is going to be interesting for our space leading up to 2029, is it? When's the next election?
I don't remember.
2029.
But I think that feeds into what you were saying about the younger generation, and if crypto is the thing like you, Matt, I'm interested in that bit, and that bit is the most important thing for me. Then that's going to win the vote, and I think we're going to see it more and more because going back to what we talked about earlier in the podcast, this crypto technology is going to be integrated. It is going to be integrated, in my opinion, into every single element of our life, because this blockchain technology is so good compared to what we've got already. And I don't think that UK politics can get away from that. And when we're making content and talking about American politics and it affecting price, well, there's a reason why we're not talking about UK politics, because
it's not as important.
Enough.
Yeah, it's not as important to us.
It's not in the news enough. They're not being proactive enough, because you've written to these MPs, but really, when was the last time you saw an MP on the telly talking about crypto?
Never.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't think I've ever seen an MP on the TV talking about crypto.
Now, I am due to speak to an MP very soon in a closed door meeting with a couple of other people, which is the closest I've personally gonna be to actually having some form of face-to-face conversation, saying this is important.
Yeah.
Here's why. We've handed out leaflets. We've collectively sent letters, whatever it might be. But we've always said the first to move will win votes.
Yeah.
And I think with Nigel, I think it was, when was it? Like September time, was it? When he started to talk about this, maybe August. I think that's kind of giving everyone a push to go, ooh.
If he's doing it,
Yeah, that
because it worked for Trump, didn't it? He bought the crypto, bought's the wrong word, but he won the crypto vote in America.
Yeah.
And then the crypto industry started funding different runners in different states. And by the way, I don't know if you realise this, but there was a stat that came out there. If the crypto investors had, it's not called sponsor, what's it called? When they donate to people that are running.
Yeah.
I think it was 78% of the ones that were sponsored by crypto won.
Really?
In America, yeah. I saw it on the NBCC program, and they were like, literally, crypto now potentially could be more important than the banks when it comes to who they're backing to run for elections.
It doesn't surprise me too much, but it kind of does, because I'm just trying to process the whole situation, because there's so much around it that can affect it. But yeah, no, it's good to know, because crypto isn't everything in it. It's just not everything. It is in my particular life and maybe yours, but in the grand scheme of things, it isn't. However, it's becoming a bigger proportion. I think it's something like 1 in 8 people in the UK own crypto. 1 in 8.
Yeah.
Even if it's a tenner, but that's absolutely ridiculous.
Where do you think the crypto is going to go? Where do you think, in the UK, do you think we're going to pull this off? Are we going to be in a global hub for crypto, for innovation and business and blockchain and all the rest of it? Or are we just going to be in a load of retail buying off the foreigners?
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the next election is going to be really important. I think Keir Starmer, you need to pull your finger out. Is the honest truth. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be him, but somebody within his peripheries just takes note and gets the right people in, because we're all screaming out to them to say, look, let me help you. Let me help whoever needs it to deal with this from a macro perspective in the UK. I remember, was it 3-4 years ago when they talked about the Bitcoin?
Yeah.
And I think it was AAT magazine interviewed me to talk about some stuff, and they said, what do you think about the Bitcoin? And I said, honestly, I think it's a gimmick. I think it's completely useless. What they've actually put out, there's no real utility for the average person other than control for banks. Now, one of the things I pointed out was how perhaps if there was another sort of lockdown situation where everyone got like X amount of money or whatever it might be, they could airdrop sort of stim packs to people using CBDCs or Bitcoin as they called it at the time. But that wasn't even on like a thought to them. So
because they hadn't got in bed with the right people to teach them.
Exactly. And what's happened to it? I've not heard the term Bitcoin in years.
No, they're saying digital pound now, aren't they? That's the
So it's I really don't know what's going to happen, and I think it's important to be ready and try and push, like these podcasts, for example. Maybe some young MP who's got potential listens in.
Well, that's the thing. It's going to need some probably younger MPs in the net. Because don't forget, we've still got a few years left. So somebody running for 2029 could, be in their 20s and early 30s, potentially. And maybe some of them will be the disruptors in that circle to be going, how come none of these old people are talking about crypto? And hopefully they can bring it forward. And maybe those are the type of MPs, when they do get in, even if it's not your local MP, if they are a crypto-friendly MP, that maybe people will run through them to get things done. But it's going to be interesting to see how it pans out.
Well, I think the problem we've got with MPs at the moment is that they don't really specialise in the thing that they necessarily specialise in. Does that make sense? So if you've got somebody
telling me MPs are bunch of liars.
I wasn't saying that. What I was saying is they tend to just move around different jobs.
Yeah.
And they might have a job for a year or two and then be the education secretary, but actually where's their background in that field? And then they might move on to do something else. And that's a really disjointed system, isn't it, for actually creating long-term innovation? Because if we were really honest about crypto, yes, we can talk about the fact that people buy coins and people hold crypto and people buy NFTs and all the rest of it. But the blockchain technology could be integrated into the NHS and into the police service and into the international rail and all of this kind of stuff. And that's going to encapsulate so much of it. And I think if we don't create innovation in the UK and hope that we can start integrating some of that, then really we're just buying a package off the shelf from America, like everything else, aren't we? And we've got to decide really in the UK how we want to play this and how we want it to sit moving forward, which I don't know. The next few years will definitely give us a better clue. But
And the thing is, we don't have to be at the forefront of innovation. We don't have to be. As long as we're competing or within the realms of the US, for example, and everywhere else, that's okay. Point blank, do you think we are?
No.
Of course we're not. And I don't think anyone would say that we are. So, yeah, I think that needs to happen.
Yeah.
So, Jamie, this has been an episode for our audience to get to know you, the man behind the tax rules and the advice. And I think we've probably cracked that today. We've talked about your journey. We've got some opinions out of you, which potentially protect opinions that maybe you wouldn't be giving out during a client meeting. Nope. So I'm really glad we've done this. But on the next episode, which we are going to have a little break, we're going to record. And that's going to be out a week on Friday, because we have a new episode coming out every Friday at 7 p.m. So as they're watching, this one comes out, it'll be the week after. And that one, we're going to delve deeper into some of the tax mistakes people make, some of the misconceptions about actual tax rules. And we're also going to talk about some of the things that they can do to make themselves safer when it comes to tax, because this is a zone where nobody enjoys it, nobody loves it, but they need to understand it, because they get it wrong, it can be an expensive mistake. Get it right, and it can become tax efficient. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I thank you very much for coming today. Thank you, Paula, for everything we've done today.
You're so welcome. It's been amazing. Thanks, Jamie.
I hope he says he wants to come back, because we've only got a 5-minute break to record the next one. So will you come back for another episode?
Yeah, all right.
All right. We'll have a little coffee. We'll go again. But thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
My pleasure.